So for my MacGyver, I chose a key. The intended purpose is opening or closing a lock or operating mechanical device. One of the activities is sorting and matching keys. So this activity helps with gross and fine motor skills, reaching, gripping, and movement. It can address process skills such as searching and locating the same key, gathering and organizing the key, by searching to match the same key. This works on thought process, visually identifying the same key and touching, moving the keys to the appropriate location. The client will problem solve and focus on the different keys in order to sort and match them. Another activity is using it for its intended purpose, so unlocking or locking a door. The client will use lateral pincer grasp to turn the key. The client will problem solve to correctly insert the key into the door lock. The client will need to manipulate the key to make sure they are using the correct, so that they're using the key correctly by using coordination. The client will use sequence steps to lock and unlock the door. The client needs to have visual function, touching, and attention when using the key. The client will use muscle function to control voluntary movements while turning the key to unlock or lock the door. Another activity is making key impressions. So with the key impressions, this works on manipulating, moves, position, reaches, and aligns the key to make an impression of the key. This activity works on fine motor skills, bilateral coordination, and eye-hand coordination. The process skills used are attends, chooses, uses, handles, sequence, and terminates. While making the impression of the key, the client will need to pay attention, have perception, and will need to be able to touch and place pressure on the key to make the imprint of the key. Another activity is creating a wind charm with keys. So this includes string, stick, and keys. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to tie the strings to the stick. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to stabilize, align, and position the stick in place while adding multiple strings to the stick. Reaching, gripping, bilateral movement, gross motor, fine motor, eye-hand coordination, and manipulating the string by tying each end of the string and attaching it to the stick. On the other end, you will tie keys. So the client will collaborate, move while coordinating each string and attaching the key at the end while also attaching the other end to the stick. So another activity that you can do is tracing the key. So this works on fine motor skills, lateral tripod gripping, eye-hand coordination, and bilateral movement. It can address process skills such as choosing a pen, pencil, or marker to trace the key. By handling the key and keeping it steady to trace, the clients initiate sequence as well as terminate when the key is completely traced. Another activity or another thing with that activity is you'll need to have perception and thought while using muscle functions to move the pencil or pen while tracing the key. And the CBA long-term goal is client will become independent by using gripping and bilateral coordination while feeding themselves in 6 months. The short-term goal is client will participate in 4 different grasping activities for the next 4 weeks to address fine motor skills, eye-hand coordination, and bilateral coordination. So the activities that I chose for this is to use a key to unlock and lock a door, making key impressions, and tracing a key. I felt like these activities helped with gripping, helped with fine motor and eye-hand coordination, as well as bilateral coordination. My anxiety long-term goal, client will use managing strategies through therapeutic activity over the next 3 months. And the short-term goal is client will complete 2 different gross motor activities over the next 2 weeks to increase leisure activities. So some of the activities I chose is matching and sorting keys and creating a wind charm with keys. So these activities help with gross and fine motor skills, reaching, gripping, and movement. These activities can also be done in a group setting where the client will participate in conversation, communicate with others, and ask questions in response. So the client will participate in social interactions to produce heed.